welcome back. Last time we explained the types of collisions. So we have elastic collision and inelastic collision. We said that for elastic collisions, the bodies do separate after collision. The momentum and the kinetic energy are all conserved, and these bodies do separate after collision. But for inelastic, these bodies do move together after collision, and it is only momentum which is conserved. The kinetic energy is not conserved. Now we are going to do some examples or some calculations using the principle of conservation of momentum. Look at that example there. They are telling of mass. The mass is equal to 150 grams. This is the troll. And moving with a velocity of 20 meters per second, collides, it is moving in this direction, collides with another stationary troll of mass 100 grams. So we have another troll here, M2. Its mass is 100 grams, but it is stationary. Since it is stationary, its initial velocity is 0 meters per second. This one's initial velocity is 20 meters per second. If they move together after collision, this is before collision. Now after collision, they move as one body. So the same mass after collision, but the velocity of one, let's assume the velocity with which they move together is v. So for body 2 of mass 100 grams, let's assume that the velocity it moves with, it is also v. Now applying the principle of momentum, if we apply the principle of momentum, the principle from the principle of conservation of linear momentum. Linear momentum, we know that the initial momentum is equal to the final momentum, because the total momentum is always conserved. What does that tell us? The initial momentum is equal to the final momentum. This is m1 u1 plus m2. This is the momentum of the first troy plus the momentum, initial momentum of the other troy, is equal to m1 v1 plus m2 v2. So this is m1 u1 plus m2 u2 is equal to m1, the velocity of body 1 after collision is v. The velocity of body 2 after collision is also v, because they are moving with the same velocity after collision. So in that case, m1 u1 plus m2 u2 is going to be equal to m1 plus m2. Let's factorize out a v. That is our equation. So we can come here and convert these masses into kilograms. Let's convert these masses into kilograms. M1 is equal to 150. How do we convert into kilograms? By dividing by 1000. This is 0.15 kilograms. How about the body of mass M2? How do we convert it into? We divide by 1000. This is 0.1 kilograms. Because it is better we convert our masses into kilograms before we substitute them into the other equation. So our M1 is 0.15 times U1, which is 20 meters, plus M2, which is 0.1 times 0, is equal to M1 0.15 plus M2, which is 0.1 times V. So this one gives us 0.15 times 20 plus 0.1 times 0 is equal to 0.1 plus 0.1 V. So when you solve that correctly, you're going to have 300 is equal to 250 V. And in that case, you're going to have your V. So they were asking you the velocity with which they move with, or the common velocity. And in that case, the common velocity is 12 meters per second. A brief review of what we have done: we have formulated the sketch, then we have used the principle of conservation of momentum. So from the principle of conservation of linear momentum, it tells us that the initial momentum is equal to the final momentum. So it tells us that m1u1 plus m2u2, that is the total initial momentum. This is the initial momentum of body 1 plus the initial momentum of body 2. Is equal to m1v1 plus m2v2. We substituted, we converted the masses into kilograms from here. Substituted them in the equation and we got our V as 12 meters per second. Let's go ahead and look at example 2. Thank you for watching.